Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? Today's episode of BBO Boxing TV is sponsored by Raycon. That's Raycon. Go get your Raycon headphones, get your scooty bikes. Definitely make sure you go to rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com. Appreciate your sponsors. Thank you guys so much for your support. Welcome to today's show. It's your boy BBO, the Puerto Rican Prince, the sugar cane eater himself, my man Marky Dan. What's going on, brothers? How y'all feeling?
You need to clean that up, man.
What's good?
Hey, I'm good though.
Hey man, blessed by the best, man. Getting ready to talk this boxing, man. I'm super excited. We got Arthur Beterbiev defending his undisputed belt. I think he's one of the first undisputed lightweight, heavyweight champions we had in modern time. Getting ready to go against a very tough guy, and Arthur. Sure, I said his name wrong. My mistake. Demetrius Bivol. What do you guys think about that fight coming up?
Go ahead, Marky.
You want me to go first, Free? Well, if we're gonna go to Beterbiev Bivol first, I mean, the first fight was a classic to me. Very close. I had Bivol, I think, winning the first 3 or 4 rounds. Then Beterbiev stormed back. Then there was a little middle phase there where I think Bivol came back. Then the championship 10 through 12. I mean, you saw Beterbiev just take over and Bivol really just try to survive, in my opinion. But I look for it, and it was a very close decision at the end. A lot of people thought Bivol won. So I look for it to be a highly competitive fight this time. I got, even though I just said I see it being highly competitive this time as well, I got Beterbiev finishing the job this time. I think he's gonna get him in those championship rounds. I don't think Bivol is gonna be able to run and survive like how he did the first time.
And I think you made a good point. The thing I'm more excited about is Arthur is closer to 100%. I think he's 105 years old, but it's good to see he's closer to 100%. What you got on this, Free?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little more competitive. Well, I ain't gonna say a little more competitive. I think the first fight was competitive. I think it's going to be a little more action from Demetrius Bivol because he realized he didn't let his hand go enough. But the problem is he's facing a guy who likes for you to be offensive because when you're offensive, you're less likely to be defensive. So I think he's going to play right into Arthur's game plan, and I think Arthur probably get him out in like 8 rounds.
Yeah, I can see that, but you know the thing I would say, just to kind of counteract that, Free, is that Bivol showed you he got a chin, and I think that's the first time we've seen someone be able to stand up to Beterbiev's power because he got hit with some good shots. I mean, it wasn't like he was, pity patted up, but you can see by his face, like that old song, man, by that group, man. It was written all over his face, man. He got beat, but he didn't fall. What you think about that?
Yeah, he got beat. He didn't fall, but see, the reason he didn't fall is because he was very defensive, and that's what I'm saying. He realized there was opportunities that he let slip away. That he felt like he could have jumped on Arthur, but the problem is, like I said, he felt that power and he didn't want to get knocked out, and so I think he's going to try to be a little more offensive. And like I said, you give Arthur enough chances, eventually he's going to end up taking you out. That's the thing about Arthur. He's one of those guys. He's like a lumberjack. He's going to keep chopping at the tree until eventually it falls. And You give him multiple chances of hitting you with big shots, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go to sleep. I mean, he's the only one out of those 10 times that didn't go to sleep. So, like I said, you keep giving him chances. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go to sleep.
Man, salute, man. We got my man Crush the Legend, aka man, the Sergeant of Arms. We got my man Prize, man,
Yeah.
aka Rico. And we got my cousin in the house, man. Bruce Gas, the gummy man. Had me sleep for 3 hours, man. I appreciate you, my brother. What's going on, Bruce? How you feeling, man?
Well, I just did three about a half hour ago. I'm waiting for them to kick in, and I think
Bruce
boxing
Gas.
on,
Hey,
bro. Nobody's chasing me away. This is like Christmas Day. I'm a 6-year-old kid. I don't have to give any presents away. I'm getting it all, and it's just like tomorrow morning, man. All I got is a wake up, and we got live boxing, brother.
all day
Look,
long. It's almost like a Family Matters rerun mode where you're gonna get to see every fight you want to see. But I gotta ask you guys something, because something
man.
that kind of been plaguing me a little bit about this fight. What do you guys think about Shakur Stevenson having to fight a cab driver? Does this hurt him because it wasn't his fault? What do you guys think? 'Cause I think Shakur is the only one that's gonna be suffering with this fight. What do you guys
Well,
think?
let me
Uh,
go first and quick, man. First of all, my man is salute to the OG Bruce Gas, salute legend, brother D, free the master debater, and the Secretary of Defense, my partner, prize fighter, and
Yeah.
salute to everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming through for another episode of Sports Talk Network. Well, let me get straight to it. Well, surprisingly, he's not getting any smack for his opponent like it normally does happen in boxing when we're not seeing these guys in the ring with someone that we don't want to see them in the ring for, no matter what the situation is. So for some reason, it's getting pacified. I'm not going to beat up on that, but it's not his fault.
Mhm.
Now, the only thing we can hold him accountable for if he go in there and give us another lackluster performance against not a cab driver, BBO, but a hack driver. You know, a hack, the one that do that stuff, take you from place to place illegally, allegedly. So I call him a hack. You know what I mean? But it's not Shakur's fault. So that's why I ain't come down on Shakur, because he don't deserve no smack for it. So hopefully, the only way like he can be blamed for if he go out there and don't finish this dude real quick, fast, and then a Uber timer driver speed type of thing. So I'll pass the mic on that. So it depends on his performance.
What you got on this, Bruce, man? You're our guest. What you got on this, Bruce?
Well, I'll tell you, I think Turkey Al Sheikh did it, man. Because how many fight cards have we ever seen where a fighter pulls out like this on the 11th hour and he's replaced? And I mean, we can say, yeah, he's an electrician, he's a cab driver, but the dude is ranked number 12 in the world by the WBC. So that means the WBC thinks he's one of the top 12 lightweights in the world. And I mean, just to get this cat to keep this card going, I mean, this fucking card could have fallen apart. Shakur, I mean, they could have just kicked him to the side and really the card would have went on. But nope. I mean, they reached out. They got this cat. He's coming in on short notice. Everybody's saying it's a Rocky story. It's like when when Apollo Creed needed that opponent, and they got the fucking Rock. Nobody ever heard of him. He came in. He upset the apple cart. He made history. Dude, I mean, this is boxing. Anything can happen. And I mean, he's only got 4 knockouts, but I bet he punches as hard as Shakur. So, dude, anything can happen. I think he's going to get wasted myself, but I mean, that doesn't matter what I think. It's all going to come to pass tomorrow. And, I give the guy a lot of credit for jumping in like that.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Shout out to the Electricians Union.
He is daring to be great. He is.
Shout out to the Electricians Union.
Daring to be great.
Nah, he's daring
Hold
to
on
get a
1 second.
payday.
Let me say this real quick, because Bruce, you brought up a good point. You brought up Rocky, but what did Adrian say? You can't win. We gotta remember he can't win. So no
Even
matter what he do,
he thought he couldn't win, but he did win. I mean,
But
anything
you
can
know
happen.
what? You know what? This could be a win for cab drivers everywhere, like what that painter did to Munguia back in August or October or whenever.
yeah.
But no, what Crush said, I don't think anybody, and I agree with Crush, we shouldn't put too much we shouldn't really blame Shakur too much for this. Kid Austin and his people, I have no clue what is going on with that situation. They are some weirdos. I think he needs to get
Hey,
away.
Mark. They're
Oh,
friends of the show.
excuse me. I
They're
apologize.
friends of the show.
Oh, well, that's just.
Good to
I'm
be
just
honest.
going off base what I see. Like, apologies. I apologize, but still, I think just go for Shakur. Just go in there and get this dude up out of there. He's a cab driver. He's not supposed to be in there with you. Just finish the job. Don't give people like me the opportunity to say, "Oh, look, you went the distance with a Padley." So just do your job. That's all you could do at the end of the day. Because Kid Austin
That's a
didn't.
great point. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Go ahead, my bad.
No, because I was saying because Kid Austin, just do what you could do at the end of the day. Because Kid Austin didn't hold up his end of the deal.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'll just say this, man. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor today. Shouting out Breakfast Box. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you're in the Akron Kent area, make sure you stop by the Breakfast Box. They're known for the shrimp and grits, the breakfast dog, and don't forget the brand new sandwich they have, the Homegirl. French toast, eggs, and your choice of bacon, sausage, or steak. And don't forget, we also have a lamb. So if you don't want any pork options, we have that as well. So make sure you stop by the Breakfast Box and don't forget to order if you're in the Akron Kent area. But back to what we were just talking about. The thing I want to say, and I got to ask Free this, and then I'm going to go right to my man Price. When you see Shakur in a fight like this, right, doesn't this give him an opportunity to put on a showcase for the world to know he's the best 135 pounder? What do you guys think?
No, it gives him the opportunity to actually get upset, because if you looking past this guy, like, this guy wasn't somebody he was initially set up to fight. So if he's looking past this guy, it actually can actually set him up for an upset. I don't think Shakur is looking past him, but I don't see this making him showcase and show that he's the best in the 135-pound division. The only way you can do that is by fighting one of the best in the 135-pound division. This guy is not a bum, but he's not considered as one of the best. I mean, he is 15-0. He did beat the guy Chamberlain, who was supposed to be the IBF mandatory. And that was the reason why Keyshawn ended up getting the opportunity that he got, because this man beat him. So he's not somebody that you can just look past. And Shakur ain't the biggest puncher. So if this dude is a durable guy and he can do some things that Shakur ain't expecting, he might turn around and upset Shakur.
Hey, Free.
Real
Just so
quick,
we-
real quick. I know what you're saying, BVO. Like, it's not like, and what Free said is right. It's because it's not against the best, but I do expect him to go showcase his talents, regardless of the opponent, because y'all just said it's not his fault, and I agree, it ain't his fault.
If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet-
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that.
Well, damn. Well,
My bad, but sorry about
I
that.
expect him to go in there and showcase all his skills. I expect him to stop this guy. He's an electrician. He's a union man. He don't got nothing to lose, and you got to go in there and just beat this guy up and get him out of there. You don't want this guy to get confident and do like OG Bruce said, and it be some kind of Rocky story. That would be nasty work.
Call
No,
him
it's
Union,
interesting.
man.
The dude came in and made weight. He made 135.
Yeah,
Notice, that's gonna
yeah,
tell
that's
you
crazy.
right, man.
Hey,
Colby
I was-
He said he stays in shape year round, so I believe him. I believe every word he says.
Definitely believe him
He
now
got the
because
same amount of.
175 or between fights.
Yep, he got the same 4 knockouts as the painter that knocked out Munguia.
Well, the brothers in the chat said he trash.
We're just
Well,
lucky.
the brothers in the
15
chat
and 0?
don't know boxing.
I mean,
Hey, that's
looking
not.
at
Well, you
his
can't say
record,
that, D Free. That's not true.
Yes, I can.
I saw the
If they say
Chamberlain
he trash,
fight.
I can say they don't know boxing.
I saw the Chamberlain fight. He's a fucking pit bull. He's going to come in face first, and he's going to throw both hands. So.
Yeah, but he does a lot of
he's getting
ducking
beat
his
to
head,
death.
Bruce. He puts his head down a lot, and he throws one shot, and he comes in. He grabs a lot, bro.
Nah,
But let me
Yeah, he
say this
does.
real
Yes,
quick.
he
Let me
does.
say this real quick. let me say this real quick before we go. I definitely want to say, if you would like to sponsor BVO Boxing, please reach out to A_G Company 2 at iCloud.com. That's A_G Company 2 at iCloud.com. If you're looking to be sponsored, we're definitely looking to sponsor more local businesses as well as anybody who wants something to be promoted here at BVO Boxing. We're doing just that. So I just want to let everybody know that. But before we go to our next topic, I got to ask you guys this. Did you guys see that the African George Foreman will be in the building? I've seen him sitting on 3 chairs at the airport. Do you think
African George Foreman.
You talking about
Mark
Bacoli?
Bacoli? Do you
He
guys, hold
ain't
on one second.
African.
Hold on, free. Hold on. You stepping on my monologue. So when you see this brother sitting on 3 chairs, what do you guys think about this guy coming to fight Joseph Parker, former WBO champion?
Should have been an
I don't
offensive
see what's
lineman.
wrong. I think it's a darn good thing, if you ask me. And this is what we want to see out of fighters. They ready to get it in at the drop of the dime. You stay ready so you won't have to get ready. You understand? You stay ready so you won't have to get ready. And it seems like he is ready to go in there and put old Parker, juggernaut to sleep. Let's see if it can happen. So I think it's going to be a good one until it's over. So I don't got a problem with it.
Reports say he's up to 340 pounds. What do you guys think about that?
No, 315 he weighed in at. He's in
Oh,
solid.
okay. No, I'm saying that's what they said before he got there. He was as much as 340. You think that's true?
For a big man,
I
that's only
mean, I don't doubt it.
I'm not going to even question it, BBO, if it's possible or not. I just know he's much bigger than I am. So he's supposed to.
Because I'll give you an idea of me. Me and Mark Bacoli are the exact same size. I actually got on the scale this morning. I'm 313. So we're the exact same size. So I think it's going to be great. But do you guys see, because we see him be a very good fighter, do you guys think Joseph Parker could stop Mark Bacoli? Because he is beatable. What do you guys think?
You said he's 314 or 340?
No, I said I'm 314. I said they said he weighed as much as 340 before this fight. So I guess
That brother said he said he's 313 because sometimes people like to be funny and reverse things. So if you reverse it, it's still 313.
Yeah.
Okay, reverse psychology.
But you asked, can Joseph Parker stop Martin Bacoli? I don't think he can knock him out, but to be 340 pounds, I mean, I think he's gonna be extremely what's the word I'm looking for? Out of shape. And yeah, I think he might gas out, and he could probably stop him late. But I don't see him one punch knocking him out. I don't see that.
Well, the reason I'm bringing this up, and I want anybody to answer this, I don't know if you guys remember when he fought the Juggernaut, he beat Joseph Parker to death. I mean, he was in the ring, sleep, laid out. It was crazy. Do you guys think he'll have enough to beat a guy like Mark Bacoli? Because I seen Hunter beat his head in. But what do you guys think?
Go ahead, D3. What are y'all good?
No. I've never been real high on Joseph Parker like that. Joseph Parker, he got a good resume, but the guys that he lost to, I think those guys lose to Mark Bacoli as well. And from what Marky Dan said, no, he's not out of shape. He's actually been training, waiting for a call to get a fight. So he's not out of shape. He's actually in shape, and he's gonna show everybody that the reason why nobody's been calling him, because we saw what he did to Big Baby Anderson. I already knew what he was going to do, but we saw what he did to Big Baby Anderson, and we're about to see another display of it again against Joseph Parker, somebody who has a bigger name than him. And I think he's going to stop Joseph Parker probably in the late rounds. It's probably going to be round 10, round 11. He's probably going to stop Joseph Parker in the late rounds.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, Bruce.
Before you go, BVO, did Martin Bacoli weigh in at 280 or 290 in his last fight?
I think it was 290.
Yeah, it was like 280, 290, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So 340. That sounds like out of shape to me, but
he's not 340.
They said he weighed 340 at one time before this.
Okay.
I weighed 340.
What was his weight? What did he weigh in?
a little bit
Well,
ago.
we're gonna see at the weigh-in, but well, go
Three
ahead.
Hold on,
hundred.
Blue Sky's trying to say something. Blue Sky's
He's
trying to
winning.
say something. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Blue Sky.
dude. No, I just saw an interview with Bacoli when he got
Yeah.
off the plane, and he did weigh in. He weighed in at 315.
Okay.
And the last
Okay.
fight with Anderson, he was 284 and a half. I'm looking at it now. So
Okay.
he's definitely not in fighting shape. But that's another one. And he was also saying he wanted to honor the Sheik because he's been signed to a 3-fight contract, and this could be the first of the 3. I mean, another guy, right place at the right time, and they had to fly him in from the Congo because he was training in England. He went his family's from the Congo, so he was down there visiting them. And he got the call. They didn't even send a private jet down there. He had to fly business class, cramped in. And you know how big you are, same size as he is. You know, a 6-hour flight. I mean, that didn't do him any good. They should have sent a private jet down there, let him sleep because you could see he's tired. And, you know, he's definitely going to get that jet lag. I hope he doesn't get it during the fight.
He's beat a lot of guys. I mean, he's beat a couple of guys that people expected to beat him because they didn't know who Mark Bacoli was. He beat Tony Yoka. He beat Big Baby Anderson. Now he did lose to Michael Hunter, but I think that fight was stopped a little early because he got dazed, but it wasn't like he was out on his feet. I mean,
his shoulder
Michael
came
Hunter
out
did
of
what he's
place.
supposed to do. He
That's
got
why.
on top
That's
of
why
him
they
and just kept
stopped.
throwing
His shoulder
punches.
was out of place. When McCauley threw a punch, his shoulder was hanging like snot. That's why he stopped the fight. It wasn't because of anything other than the fact that his shoulder came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the collarbone, all that. Yeah.
Well, you know, on a guy my size, that's a pretty serious injury. You know, it's not like when you're a little guy, you could just snap it back in. You know, you could get damaged because because of the weight of the arm. So they stopped it. Corner stopped it. So that's why Michael Hunter's been running around cheering Mark Bacoli like he has, because Bacoli was coming on strong, man. He was giving him a 2 or 3 piece biscuit, and then right when he's ready to throw again, that arm came on out, and then Hunter, to his credit, beat him to death till they stopped it.
No, they stopped it. They stopped it in the 10th round. The referee stopped it in the 10th round.
Yeah, he said I'm going off what the trainer said. The trainer said that he couldn't take the pain of that arm. That's what the trainer was saying. So I don't know. I can only go off what the trainer said.
Was talking about because I watched the whole fight. He got caught with a shot, and Michael Hunter just jumped on him, and the referee stepped in and stopped the fight. It ain't had nothing to do with that. Like I said, it was only maybe a minute left in the 10th round. He got stopped in the 10th round.
Yeah,
I don't know what the trainer's saying.
But regardless of that, if Bacoli could win this fight, this would be such a huge win for him coming off of Jared Anderson, and it put him directly in that heavyweight picture for those big paydays, those big Saudi bags, those $70 million Usyk paydays. If he could beat Joseph Parker, he gets the Dubois belt. I mean, I don't know. I think Usyk could still be there for him.
Well, I did hear Usyk. Did you guys see Usyk called out Triple D and said, "I want Triple D now"? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah,
I'm cool with it. I want to see a rematch. A lot of people was questioning that body shot that landed on Usyk from Dubois. I know that Dubois. I know that Usyk did his thing after that, but there's a lot of question that goes into that body shot. Was it low? Was it not low? I felt like it was a good shot, and I wanted to see what happened. You know, I wish they would have not stopped that. I wish they would have called it a knockdown and see what happened. But Usyk did his thing. But I definitely want to see a rematch with Dubois and Usyk. 100%.
I don't, man. I don't. That was a slaughter. The only round that Dubois won was when he hit him with the low blow. Usyk beat him every other round. He made him quit on his feet. I don't want to see that fight again, bro.
But Bruce, you know that shot was a good.
When he got up off that canvas.
That was a good shot, Bruce.
Yeah.
Like,
Bruce, it was raining though. It was slippery and sliding.
What I will say with Usyk though, when Usyk has a rematch, it's not even close in the rematch. We saw it with AJ, it wasn't close. We saw it with Tyson Fury, it wasn't close.
AJ's second fight was close.
That man in the rematch, it's not even close. He beats his opponent convincingly in the rematch.
A lot of people had that Tyson Fury fight, that second Tyson Fury fight, a draw.
Man, that fight was not no draw.
Dubois
me.
got some
I did
strange
see
going
I
on
did
anyway.
see what happened as a draw though, Free. I don't think it was a draw either, but I did see that.
Now it was
Dubois
closer.
Dubois
It
got
was
some
closer in the
explaining to
first
do
fight.
after this horror show that he pulled, man. He's not out of the closet yet.
I
He
saw people call it a draw, but that don't
This
make it
this what
look. That
we
don't make it right.
this what we'll do so we can sound a
Exactly.
little cleaner because we got a guest. When someone speaks, we'll let everybody mute up, and then when he's done, then everybody can go from there, and I'll open it up to each person. That way we can make it sound a little bit cleaner for people that's watching. But go ahead, Bruce. My bad.
I like an open panel, man. Let everybody just rip as they got it, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying,
See,
but
Right.
I just interrupt people because I forget things a lot. If I don't get them out of
oh
my
no
mind,
no 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 no
they're
no.
gone. So
Yeah, we
forgive me,
trying to
man.
get to another level, Bruce. That's all. We just trying to get to another level. But I ask you guys this, and I'm gonna start this one with Pride because you've been kind of quiet. When you see a fight like you seeing with Bacoli, and then you got one of my favorite guys, Arthur Beterbiev, are you more excited to see Bacoli come, or are you more excited to see the main event? Because I think Bacoli to me brought new life to this fight. It's card. What do you gonna say?
Nah, I'm with you, bro. I when I saw that, because I was like, I ain't gonna think, because you know how people be making up stuff. So I ain't want to get too excited. But when I saw that it was legit, man, I'm like, I'm with you, bro. That gave me new excitement. I'm keen for the rematch too. Don't get it twisted. I want to see the rematch too. But when I saw Bacoli just come out of nowhere to take a Joseph Parker fight on
Mhm.
short notice, that lets you know he is savage, and that's what we want to see. So I'm with you. Like I thought that brought a little breath of fresh air to the card because it was starting to deflate me a little bit. And I know brother Dub Rightside, he seemed like the only one that agreed with me. He was the only one that was mad about the Shakur and Kid Austin fight not happening. And then you turn around and Dubois fight not happening. That was bogus. So when you throw Bacoli on the card, if you're a Bacoli fan like how most of the people are on this channel, then like I'm with you. It definitely brought some life into the card for me, for sure. But I mean, I still want to see the rematch. I'm still riding with Bivol again. I think Bivol going to make adjustments, and we're gonna see a third fight. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel.
Oh wow. I'm gonna ask you guys this. Are you guys worried about Baturiev getting a fair shake because we've seen Turkey Al-Shaiki go out of his way to say that he thought Bivol won. He seems kind of biased. Do you guys think he'll rob a guy like Arthur Baturiev? That's what
No.
scares me about Turkey. What do you guys think? Anybody can answer.
Turkey
Wide
doesn't
open.
have Turkey doesn't have any say in the scoring. Last time he thought Bivol won, and Beterbiev won. You know, he's a fan. He doesn't fuck with the judges. He knows better. If he gets caught doing that, there goes his whole operation.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. No, I don't think he will. Yeah, I just don't think he has a dog in this fight.
I never really seen a promoter, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I never really seen a promoter kind of like openly show disdain for not getting decisions for the guy that he's rooting for, but you promoting everybody. I guess that kind of worries me.
I mean, you know something, BVO? There's always that one crazy scorecard for the house fighter, so you never know. Turkey might have one of them in his pocket. There's always that one crazy 117, 111 scorecard.
I'm gonna say this, because this guy's a good friend of mine, but we gotta speak on this because I want to be fair. What do you guys think about my good buddy, man, Floyd Schofield Jr. getting caught in so many lies? What do you guys think about that?
Senior.
No, he's junior.
Nah, I'm putting it on his dad. I'm not gonna put it on
No,
His
no, no. I'm
dad is
saying,
junior. His
yeah,
dad
his
is
dad is
junior.
Oh, his dad is junior.
he's the
Oh,
third,
Yeah.
I believe. I think Kid Austin's the third, I believe.
oh,
Yeah.
he's like T.O. and T.O. Okay, I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah. Uh, yeah, they
we just say junior
bogus.
for the sake
I
of.
didn't really. Yeah, they're bogus. I didn't really care about them, to be honest. Respectfully, BVO, I know those are your friends, but I just never cared to watch Kid Austin fight.
Mhm.
Um, and now you have the biggest opportunity of your life in front of you, and you do this. It's like, how do you come back from that?
Mm.
So I don't know. Like his only opportunity is probably gonna be through the IBF, but it's like if you're Eddie Hearn or whoever it, or excuse me, are they with Oscar De La Hoya? I think
Golden Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want to invest money in that? So I don't know, but God bless them. I don't know why they went this route. Uh, I
If-
just don't understand it. It don't
You
make
said,
no
do who
sense.
want to invest money in who?
And Kid Austin, does
He wouldn't want to
Oscar want
invest.
to invest money in Kid Austin
Who?
after something
Oscar?
like this? Yeah.
Oscar didn't want Kid Austin to fight Shakur anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But if you would have seen, I don't know if you seen that interview. Oscar was pissed. I've never seen Oscar that openly. He was irate, man, because
You
there
can't
was a
never tell
lot
what
of.
Oscar. Oscar put on a lot of fronts. You can't never tell what Oscar.
Well, he could, but I mean, when you got a guy saying that
This ain't a
somebody,
Ryan Garcia, but this ain't a Ryan Garcia free. Kid Austin is not no big money maker or ticket seller for Golden Boy. And he's not even Mexican, respectfully.
Kid Austin wasn't getting a lot of money for this fight anyway. So it's not like he was getting a whole lot of money.
How much was he getting free? It was life changing, wasn't it?
1.5
I
is
Well,
mean,
he could have brought a
pretty.
belt
it
back.
depends on what you consider life changing. It depends on what you
100
consider
grand is life changing money to me.
Not, I mean, if that's what you consider life changing, that's not life changing.
But
But
if
If
he brought a
anybody
more than
got
100 grand.
a grand in their account tomorrow morning, it's life changing.
It's not life changing, but it was more than
Man,
100 grand.
But if he brought
Well,
a belt back free, that puts a Ryan Garcia or a Tank Davis on the table for the future. You never know.
Let me
He
ask.
did no. He's in position to fight Tank Davis right now. If
Well,
they
Damn.
let me
if
say
they
this real quick to
mandate
kind
him,
of
if
let me
they
Yeah,
say
one
this
of the
real quick
mandate
to
brothers
him
is
to
on
fight
give
point.
a
Tank
He
little
said
Davis,
it.
that's
context.
not going to
man.
mess up anything.
Well, let me say this, give a little context. The problem that we're seeing was Bernard Hopkins was upset, Turkey was upset, Oscar was upset, and I say this because these are good people that I really got a lot of love for. But when you got somebody saying a masseuse rubbed some cream on me, then you got somebody saying they tore pages on my passport, and then you come back and apologize. My question, Thomas Hill, is can you come back from that? That's my big question.
Can Kid Austin or can his father come back?
Kid Austin.
The
Kid Austin
team.
could come back because Kid Austin ain't say nothing. He didn't
I
say
mean,
anything.
you are your manager is you.
No, because you could fire your manager, so they're not going to
I,
hold it
I,
against you if you fire
I
your
mean,
manager.
but free. Think about it.
No,
Apparently the report said
I'm
the
thinking about the
doctor.
person that said it.
God, stop
I'm
being like
thinking.
that, free.
Listen.
Free.
If
Gee,
the
you
person that
listen.
listen, if the person that said it is no longer with him, he never said anything. But the person that said it is no longer in his corner, no longer with him. How are you holding it against him?
I got some questions. I mean, was Kid
He's
Austin
not gonna
really
fire his
out
dad. Free.
cold in that
I
hospital
don't
bed?
even know that, but I doubt he fires dad, bro. I
well,
No,
highly doubt that.
I'm not saying he will. I'm saying if he does. If he does, do you hold
Was
it against him? If he's the one that didn't say
Y'all
anything.
boys, wow.
was Kid Austin really out cold in the hospital bed?
No, it
If
doesn't
so,
matter
that's
if
not
he
his
was out
dad.
cold or not.
His daddy ain't
He
make
didn't
him do
say
that with all
anything.
them wires in him.
So basically, what you're telling me is, if your father is saying stuff in your behalf, you're not saying anything. You could talk perfectly fine. You're not saying anything, but your father is saying stuff. We supposed to hold you accountable?
Did his father make him pull out,
Are
or
we
what happened
supposed to hold
exactly?
you accountable if your father is saying stuff about you?
If it's coming out of my father's mouth, most people are gonna assume it's coming. It's
I didn't
me and
ask you
him
what
are
most people
aligned.
assume. I'm asking you, are we supposed to hold you accountable?
No,
Okay
because
then.
those are my
Okay then.
father's words. Yes,
Okay then. Point answered.
But Free, I don't get
but
what you're saying, bro. That's him.
No,
They want to blame
what I'm
him.
because you missed the
but
whole point. You
but
missed the
I
whole
did.
point. The question was
Uh huh.
if something like this, can Kid Austin bounce back? And I said yes, because Kid Austin didn't say anything. It was his father that said all this.
oh,
Okay, that I can respect that. I can
well,
respect that.
why did he pull out of the fight? Like I have so many questions.
He pulled out because he didn't make weight. It was the British commissioner that pulled him out. He didn't make weight. It wasn't nothing else outside of that. He did not make weight. They had a strict weight. Eddie Hearn came out and said it. He wasn't fighting Eddie Hearn. I mean, he was fighting Eddie Hearn's dude. He said it. The British commissioner had a strict weight weigh-in. You got to weigh in Wednesday. You got to be within 3% of the actual contracted weight. You got to be within 3% of the weight. If you're not, they're going to pull you out of the fight.
I
He
didn't
pulled him,
even
and
know
we
that.
heard
So that's
he put it in the text message that he sent. The British commissioner pulled us out of the fight. They pulled him out because he didn't make weight.
Okay. Now,
What landed
with
him in the
that-
hospital?
wait, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead.
With that being said, now the question is, did they just pop this thing up on him, or if he already knew? Because if he already knew, and then he didn't make weight, then this falls on this kid, so they both get some damn blame. Because no discipline. If he was told before, and he didn't make it, that don't look good for him at all. So
If he was told before what?
If he knew that he was supposed to be making, if he knew about the weight restriction, like it wasn't just a pop up, they just called him and let him know 6 hours.
I don't know if he knew about the weight restriction.
I think those are scheduled, but let me look it up.
But here's the thing.
I don't know if he knew.
Right. So even if he did it, let's say if he didn't make it, that's his fault. So I'm not gonna go with that because I'm going to go.
I mean, that's on him.
Let me ask you something quick though. How did he end up in the hospispital?
They said he was dehydrated. They said he was dehydrated.
I could see that happening, D3, because Virgil Ortiz fell out a couple times trying to suck himself down to a weight that he shouldn't have no business in. So I could see that happening, but I'm with Marky Dan. Like it's a lot going on with that, bro. That's just crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, like I said, his father made it, and that's what I said about these fathers and their sons as a fighter. These fathers put so much on their son to give them a bad light because Kid Austin didn't say any of this stuff. His father was the one that said, "Oh, Shakur and his team tried to poison my son. Oh, they poisoned my son. They put this on my son. They did this." Kid Austin ain't say nothing. Kid Austin wasn't even on the internet. His father was on there. His father was on there doing all that stuff.
His father has control of his damn IG, which is weird to me. And his social media. I thought that's crazy.
On Kid Austin, but Kid Austin didn't say any of this stuff. And that's why his father came out and apologized. He said, "Yeah, that was on me. I said all this. My son didn't say anything." He know he did something wrong. That's why he came out and apologized. Because he knew he did something wrong. And he put a bad light on his own son.
I'll just say this. I've never heard of anything like this, to be honest with you. And it's tough because they're good guys and he apologized, but you know what? I would have to say, man, you still gotta get your liquor stick out, man, because you playing with people's money, man. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
So the British Boxing Board of Control's rule is they have a 3-day weigh-in, which is 3 days before the fight. You have to be 3% within the championship weight. So he knew he had to make that. He knew he had to be within 3% of 135.
No, I'm not gonna say that he knew because we don't know if he knew. We assume that he did. We don't know. He never fought over there before, so we can't say automatically he knew. This is the first time.
Well, then I guess that's on his father too.
I'm not saying that he didn't know. I'm just saying I'm not going to assume that he did. I'm not going to assume that he didn't.
So to my
All
man,
I know is that's what the rules are. Now, if he didn't make the weight, because those are rules that the American fighters are not used to. Well, most fighters are not used to. Nobody has a mandatory weigh-in 3 days before the fight, and you got to be within 3 pounds of the contracted weight. Nobody else have those type of rules. So that's something different outside of what you normally does. So I'm not going to say that he did know. I'm not going to say he didn't. All I'm going to say is those are different type of rules that you don't normally go through. And for him to be off weight, yeah, that's on him. I mean, but he ain't the first fighter that missed weight. So I'm not gonna beat him up because he missed weight. And he never even got a chance to actually weigh the actual weight, and he missed weight.
So it must have
3
been
days
bad
prior.
though, D Free. If he
But
didn't get a
let me
chance to
put
weigh
this
in,
in
it
here.
probably was really bad.
Let
No,
me
but
put
what I'm
this in
saying
here.
is,
The
he had
only
to be
part.
three. Go ahead,
Go ahead,
BBO.
Free. No, go ahead, Free.
No, I was gonna say he had to be within 3% of the contracted weight 3 days prior to the fight. So that's why a lot of people was talking about him being dehydrated or being weight drained, because he had to be within 3% of the contracted weight 3 days before. Most people don't have to be at the weight 3 days before. They will ideally like to be within the weight 3 days before, but they don't. Most of them don't be within the contracted weight 3 days before. It's usually like a day or two before they're actually getting right at the weight. Some people wait all the way until the day of the weigh-in
That's deep.
before they actually get to their weight.
That's deep, Free.
And if this is
I'll say this: the thing that gets me about this whole thing is I just don't understand what's going on with these guys at these weights that they can't make. Because I remember seeing Floyd when he would fight, he was eating soup, 3-4 sandwiches, drinking all this juice he could drink. These dudes are just fighting too small. I get it in Kid Austin's case. He's an itty bitty dude. But man, he just got to go to 140 because he looked big as a house at the press conference. And you seen Shakur look small, he just might be too big for the weight
I
class,
mean,
man.
yeah, I'm gonna say that. I mean, just looking at Kid Austin, I could truly say that dude probably walk around about 155, 160.
You think so?
And yeah, because he's cut up. Like
Yeah.
muscle weighs more than fat, so
Right.
he don't have to be fat to be at 150 pounds or 160 pounds. And that's another thing too, because it's much harder to lose muscle than it is to lose fat. You can lose fat much easier. You can lose fat within a couple of weeks or so. Losing muscle is much harder because you have to turn that muscle into fat, and then
Not only is it
no,
not only is it harder, it's also more dangerous too.
You don't gotta trust. You don't gotta.
You said it's more dangerous.
Turn muscle into
see,
fat.
no. I did this for a living, man. I know about burning fat and gaining muscle, losing muscle. Muscle gets lost fast if you don't train it. If you don't feed it with amino acids, muscle disappears quickly. Fat accumulates, bro. I mean, two different things in your body. I mean, they're like oil and water. Fat and muscle do not mix. But
Hey, let me ask you a question, Bruce, because I know you know about bodybuilding.
I was a bodybuilder, 200 pounds at 4% body fat for years, man. When I stopped training, all the muscle went.
yeah, the muscle.
Let me ask you this real quick, Bruce. Let me ask you
this
this real quick. Now, when you talk about being a bodybuilder, I always wondered this: how come it feel like if you take a break from lifting weights, is it just me, or do you get weaker? Is that normal?
Well, see, a break is good, and then you start training again. You get what they call muscle memory, and then you can overload on that, and you can build more muscle. But I don't know. You know, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is sometimes, like, say if I ain't lifted in a while, if I go back to the bench right away, it's heavy. But then if I'm on it, it's like it's easy. I'm just saying, do you just kind of slowly lose it every day? I always wonder. I don't know how that works.
If you're training on a regular basis, you know your muscles adapt and they get bigger. You get stronger. So you should be doing progressive training, doing more weight, and it should feel easier as you're going along, as long as you're doing it regularly. But breaks are good. I mean, because your muscles don't grow when you're in the gym. They grow when you're home, when you're feeding them the protein, when you're resting. But I mean, you want to go for the maximum stimulation, man. And if it feels a little tougher, you just gotta bite down and say, "Motherfucker, I did you last week. I'm gonna do you today." That's training, man.
You know the funny thing about this, man, and I got to get you guys' opinion on this. Somebody told me this in the comments that Benny Benavidez needs to fight Anthony Yard before he fight Peterbia. What do you guys think about that? I thought that was the dumbest thing I've heard. What do you guys think?
Whoever said that is a moron. And
I wouldn't tell him to fight Anthony Yard. I mean, if you, it's actually no point in him fighting anybody if he's the mandatory for the winner is really no point of him fighting anybody. But if you think that he needs another fight to get ready for Arthur, or I don't think he needs to get another fight for Bivol, but for Arthur, if you think he needs to get another fight to be ready for that, I would say he would have to fight somebody with that's a bigger puncher and a similar style. I don't know anybody that's at light heavyweight that's similar to Arthur like that, but that's the only thing that I would say that he probably will have to do. I don't see nobody else. Not no Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is a boxer puncher, and he's not that good at that.
You think he's not good? I like Yard, man.
No.
You know,
He's all right.
you remember he
brutal,
dropped
man.
Kovalev?
D3 is brutal, bro.
Yeah, D3 is super brutal, man. He dropped Kovalev,
I'm
bro.
gonna tell you, y'all be big on certain guys.
Nah, it's not that we
These
big
guys-
on them.
these
It's
guys-
just that you're brutal.
No, I'm not brutal. I'm just telling you my opinion. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good. What has he
Y'all
done
feel
to
free?
say he's that good? What has he done?
Y'all
He
made
fought
me-
everybody.
And what has he done?
I mean, he's looked good in losses. That's all he's really done.
Exactly. I was
Y'all
saying
made
he's not
me-
that good.
That's the
Y'all made me
that's
feel good
honest.
about saying DP was brutal, man.
Yard is funny, man. He kind of remind me of one of them UK rappers, man. He talk real funny, and he be in there. It look like he gonna hurt somebody, but then he'll go right to bed.
Yeah, he's a decent fighter. He got boxing ability. He got punching power. But when you measure him up to the top levels, he ain't all that good.
Ain't all that
Yeah.
good. Hell no.
I think David
I'll
Benavidez
give you
stopped
that.
him.
I'll give you that.
I think David Benavidez stopped him. I don't think he's
Inside
making a
seven?
distance with David Benavidez.
Inside 7,
Probably inside 7.
Man, better
I can see that happening
Him
inside
lifeless. Oh man.
Hey, cousin Bruce, I want to ask you a question, man. And this is something that I kind of want to put to bed. Hold on, did somebody just burp?
you
Jesus
did.
Christ!
Nah, I didn't hear that.
You
Hey, my bad. I got my
probably
earphones
backside.
on. My bad. Shout out to Marky Dan, man. I just heard he lost his virginity. I appreciate you, man. But
Oh wow.
back to what we're going to. I want to ask you this, Uncle Cousin Bruce. Let me ask you this: when you hear people say Martin Bakole is like George Foreman, is that fact or is that cap? What would you say?
He's got a lot to prove before you can put him in the category of George Foreman. I'll just put it that way.
I don't think they mean that he's actually like George Foreman. I think in the George Foreman second go around, Martin Bakole favored his style. That's what I think when people say he looks like George Foreman. They saw what Martin Bakole, because that was the first time that most people saw Martin Bakole fight. And so they was like, "Dang, he looked like the old George Foreman, not the George Foreman that fought Muhammad Ali, but the George Foreman that fought Michael Moore."
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I just think the only comparison to make is that, you know, the old George Foreman and how the two of them look. Like that big belly that he got out there. That's really the only similarity.
No, I mean
see.
even the way he threw his punches, he did
I
remind me
agree.
of the old
Actually,
George
I agree with
Foreman.
that as well. He does
Yeah,
throw
he
his
remi-
punches like the old George too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's
Like them
he
short
is a
uppercuts
George
and
Foreman.
stuff.
Yeah,
And I was saying,
But
I
the
was saying-
belly, that's really the main similarity I see when like literally when you say George Foreman, that's the only thing I think of with Bakole. It's two fat dudes.
I don't look at the stomach because we talking about boxing. I'm looking at the style. When they say a certain fight, I'm looking at the style. Okay, what style did I?
My brother said his
Man
stomach.
He's looking at.
That's
his
the
stomach.
only
I'm
thing I
not
see
looking
with
at the
George
stomach.
Foreman on that dude. When
But
you
nah,
said the punches,
I-
I realized, yeah, he do throw punches like him. But no,
No,
it's
that-
the stomach.
That
That's
was the
amazing.
first thing that I said when I saw Martin Bakole beat up Big Baby Anderson. I was like, man, he was looking like the old George Foreman out there. He looking like the old George Foreman,
Man.
not the
We'll
young
see,
George
we'll see
Foreman.
who does tomorrow, man. You know, less than 24 hours, we'll be in front of that fucking tube. We'll see him. He's definitely going to answer a lot of questions for us.
I think he's gonna look like the
Yeah.
old George Foreman again. It's gonna look like the old George Foreman versus Dagon Joe Frazier.
Oh, I can't wait, bro.
I mean, hey, Joe tried to. You know, it's so crazy.
I mean,
Joe ran from George Foreman in the ring. I'll never
Yo,
I
forget
think
that,
this.
man.
I
Yeah,
think
that
this
Go
George
gonna
ahead,
Foreman
Tom.
fight.
was a beast. But we got to remember the Foreman that came back wasn't no scrub either. So even if you looking like the old George Foreman, you still good enough to knock him down and knock out a
And
Uh,
that's
champion.
the thing. He
Judge
never been
put
knocked
on.
down. He's never been
I
knocked
mean,
down.
Judge is the guy that gave the fighters names, the tomato cans and the fucking janitors and the cab drivers. He was fighting anybody on his comeback. He even joked about it. As long as they got a pulse, I'll take them on. I mean, he was
Yeah, yeah.
But he did take Michael Moore down too. I mean, Michael
fighters that
Moore
have been
wasn't.
retired for 10 years. He took them on. Dwight Muhammad Qawi was 230 pounds, and the guy was a cruiserweight and a light heavyweight. And he
Yeah,
judged his age. Dwight with some money, knocked him off. One of the most embarrassing things you ever see for Qawi. But no,
no doubt
Judge
he
was
was
man.
Hey,
Go
salute to
ahead,
my
my bad.
man Juan from the deli, man. I see Juan changed his name, man. Shout out to my man Juan.
My
He rocking with
Claudio.
the Sports Talk Network too, but yeah, now he El Grande. I don't know. I guess his next name is Taco now. So shout out to Taco Juan. I guess
There
he
you
left the
go.
bodega, man. Shout out to Juan.
See that go
Shout
back
out
to
to
what
Juan.
you was talking about, being able to talk funny and whatnot, man. You over there talking that funny talk right now. Leave
Exactly.
my man Juan Claudio and my man Marky Dan alone. They legends in their own right. But I think that
Hey,
this card is gonna be. Yeah, I know. I know you about to blaze me up, but pause.
no, I'm not
But
gonna play this. I'm gonna go out the way. You got it. Go ahead, champ.
but I wanted to say
That was
I know I
crazy.
didn't get a
Talk your
chance to
ish.
speak up. I didn't get a chance to speak on the fights, but I think that this card is going to be compelling for two reasons. One reason is the stuff that took precedence before the card even started, with some of the fighters having to pull out and being sick. And then the other thing is because it's going to be some pretty good action up in there. I full well expect that the replacement for Shakur will actually be a better fight for him than the original fight. I also believe Bakoli is going to be much more challenging than many people going to give, despite whatever size he may come in that ring, because he does carry a big punch and he's not afraid to exchange in between punches. I got a Jet Caballero in a thrilling fight over Billy Zhang. I got my man who else on that card again?
You
Alex
got
Smith and
you got. It's changed a little bit. I can't think
I
of
got
the one dude.
Shiraz. Shiraz is on the card, right?
Oh man, you kidding me, man?
Virgil and
Yeah, I'm
Madrimov is on the
Shiraz,
card too. T.
Virgil Ortiz,
Virgil's gonna beat him to
Madrimov.
death.
I got Virgil beating his butt.
That's your opinion.
Jin
That's your
Zhang
opinion.
and AJ Cabial, man, that's a close fight. That could go either way.
That's a good fight, Bruce. That's a real good fight.
A real damn
Look
good
to my
fight.
brother GD. But I'm gonna say this, man. Let me show some love to my man GD, man. He wasn't feeling the best. Glad to see you back in the comments, man.
Yeah.
GD is one of my favorite subscribers. He'll get up on here and lie to you, man. Shout out to my man GD, bro. He don't care about the truth. He just say whatever he think, man.
Man, shout out brother GD, man. I don't know about all that.
My man Tommy said Bakoli has brutal strength like Foreman. He dropped Big Baby with arm punches.
All right, facts.
I don't know if those was arm punches, bro. He was punching the life out of my man
shots,
Big Baby.
BBO. Short shots he was hitting him with, breaking his neck. They had to come pick him up and take him somewhere after there. You ain't see them short shots, them upper. That's why Free said Foreman. We was calling the fight live, and D Free was like, "Yo, he looked like the old Foreman with the short shots, bro." And that's why I like Bacol. He made a fan of me that night.
Yeah, he was.
You know something?
He was definitely throwing arm punches. It wasn't no lower body into it. He was just throwing them straight from the hip. He was just throwing straight arm punches straight from the hip. It wasn't no lower body at all.
Well, thank God, because he tried to punch his head off his shoulders, man. That was wild, man.
If he put some legs into it, man, they would still be trying to dig him up. Your boy, what's his boy name? The dog.
Hey,
man.
hold on, man. We got love for Big Baby, man. You ain't no Big Baby. But let me ask you this, Bruce. So let me ask you this, Bruce, because I'm sure you've seen the fight. What do you think about my man, Big Baby Anderson, looking so lackluster in that performance?
I don't know if he's got it, man. He looked the fight with Bacoli, he got destroyed. In the last fight that he had at Madison Square Garden, he looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, man. You know, I think he's got to get his head straightened out.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he needs.
I would have to agree
I,
with that.
I
You know,
think
I
he
hate
needs to
that.
go to.
$5 million future ahead of him, and he's got to decide if he wants to dedicate his life to it, or if he wants to fuck around and get speeding tickets and get knocked on his ass and look lackluster against a club fight. So I mean,
He don't want no money, Bruce.
My
He don't want
man
no.
said
He don't want no
speeding
money.
tickets.
Big Baby don't want no money, man. We seen the man cry in front of the world. We
Yeah,
seen the man walk around the airport with an emotional support dog. My mama got
yeah.
one of them. She got one of them. My mama. And I don't want to see that from a big, gigantic guy like him, bro. Like, get him out of here, bro. I have zero confidence in him. I don't want to go for him. Like, I will root for him because he's a young brother and from the city, and I want to see him do good. But when your heart is not in the game, like, and D Free said he don't got it mentally. I believe that's what D Free say mentally. Don't quote me, but I believe D Free say he don't got it mentally. I say he don't got no heart. But D Free might have hit the nail on the head when he said he ain't got it mentally, and that he ain't got it, man. I don't have zero faith in him. I'm sorry, not sorry.
No, these are facts. These are absolute facts. I gave up on Jared about 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago when when he had that Charles Martin fight. I knew he was a dud from then. They then put him in against another cab driver. He beat him to death. People started getting back on that hype train. Then they put him in there against a cruiserweight. He looked lackluster, and I knew Bacoli was what Bacoli was going to do to him. It was violent. It was brutal, and I just don't think Jared has the heart for it. I'm not sure he ever had the heart for it. I just think it's done. If you
He
put him
had
in
me
there
fooled,
against a
Marky. I
Richard
thought he
Torres,
had heart. He had me fooled, Marky. I thought he had the heart, but
Well,
I guess it's the mental,
no,
like Free said.
I,
if you put him in there with a Richard Torres, I think Torres would clean him up.
Yeah, I
Like
don't want to see
Jared
that.
is
Torres has got a good fight coming
no,
up. Torres is taking on Guido Vanelli, the white kid, and he got beat
yeah.
by Johnny Rice.
But did you see that fight Guido had with F.A. Ajagba? That was
Yeah,
a
that was
crazy
a good
fight.
fight, man. Yes. So that's why we're going to see what Richard Torres is all about. I like the way the heavyweight
I
division.
love Richard too, man. I love Richard Torres, man.
Yeah.
I'm loving the way the heavyweight division is moving. In the UK, man, they're recycling all these heavyweights. You got Joe Joyce fighting fucking Dillian White again. We just had fucking Chisora and
Yeah, and Waleed, that was crazy how Chisora won that fight. Chisora was
let all these guys keep busy because they got a new crop. They
Chisora
got
Hall of Famer.
Tomo. They got a
Who?
Tomo, and they got
Chisora.
who's the other heavyweight that's in England? They got a bunch of them.
I love the Zora, man.
I do too, baby. He's just he one of them fighters where you don't care if he win or lose. You know the fight gonna be entertaining. The press conference gonna be entertaining. And he went in there and was throwing bombs at Waleed, dropped them multiple times. Man, Derek Chisora just keep going. Just when you think he's going to retire, he just keep going on and on and on and on. And I don't mind as long as he don't get hurt. I don't mind seeing him.
You see his face? His face looked like he went through the meat grinder.
it sure did.
Listen,
Who's
if our
Chisora or Waleed?
Scar tissue on his face. He's gonna look like Vito Antifermo from now on. Every fight he gets is gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
If Arturo Gotti can be a Hall of Famer, why can't Derek Chisora? Explain that to me.
I ain't saying
Somebody
that he
articulate that for me.
I'm okay with putting him in there because he just fought everybody. Like you remember when Klitschko was beating everybody up, and he came in there and he made it interesting. He didn't win, but he was still like. That's when I became a Derek Chisora fan. When
you know why I used to love? You know I used to love Bruce? David Haye, but he was a bum. I used to love me some David Haye as a little kid, man. I never understood why he wasn't better.
Well, I
never understood.
I mean, he was a cruiserweight, DBO.
First,
I'm just saying they said he punched like bricks. I just never understood why he wasn't a better guy, a better fighter. That's my only thing.
I mean, he just couldn't compete with Klitschko. He ran from him because he knew Klitschko was going to put him to sleep because he's a cruiserweight. That's just how that is.
You know what? I never was a fan of Klitschko because Because I feel like Vitaly was the better one. I feel like Joe Louis would have broke his jaw, man. That's just me.
That's you. Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
Tommy
say,
Hill.
I want to co-sign what your boy Marky said about saying after the fight with Martin that he said that he didn't believe or felt like Anderson was the truth or was going to be a major player in the division. He definitely said that. I don't know if it's a lack of heart because it definitely takes heart to get up in that ring. I do believe it's mindset though, and I believe that's where he's struggling. I think that where DC hit it on the head is it's most of the things, even including life outside of the rings or sports and competition. It's about your mindset, and I just don't think he had a proper mindset to be competitive on a level that he needs to be to go up in there and administer pain on folks and to go through pain. Because sometimes to get to giving pain, you got to go through some pain. And, you know, I think that that's something he hasn't been able to negotiate his mind around or wrap his mind around that he's going to have to do to conquer it or to become the person that he can be so he can make the money that he wants to make. Because he said he's in it to make the money. He's not really in it to become anything more than just somebody who can be a top earner. So with that being said, also, I cycle back to the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev. I think that fight will be a great fight because I think both competitors are great fighters. I think they both have fighting spirits. And I believe somebody said, I'm not sure who it was, but they said that in this fight, Bivol knows he's going to have to go in there and exchange, and that's going to be the difference in the fight. The difference will be how does he navigate the exchange? Is he able to find a way to keep his head off the line while engaging in exchanges and win them? Is he able to keep a pace that's beneficial to him? And will he be able to avert or divert, I should say, any shots that will be coming his way? And I think that's what will give the truly unheralded and recognized skill set of your boy Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev is one of the great boxers that we have in the sport at this moment, and I believe that in this fight you're truly going to see that, and you're also going to see that devastating power that he possesses. And I think that fight ends by stopping.
Well, let me ask y'all, how do y'all see the Magnumov and Virgil Ortiz fight going?
I thought at the media workout, I thought he looked kind of gaunt. He didn't look like his healthy self. And Virgil's got a lot of problems, with weight. Myelomyosis. So, I don't think he looked 100%. So I'm going to keep my eye on that fight.
Yeah,
Who was that, Bruce? When you said didn't look.
What's that?
What did I say?
He said Virgil. You said Virgil looked gaunt. You said he looked out of it.
I didn't think he looked healthy. I didn't see the flush in his cheeks. I saw his eyes were sunken in a little bit. I mean, see a lot of things we don't realize. We don't get. These guys are going thousands of miles away. They're going 10,000 miles away. That's almost a 20-hour plane trip.
Yeah,
I can see how they're getting these fucking stomach cramps. Having to get rushed to the hospital. Dude, when I was a kid, anybody that went to Mexico, they called it Montezuma's revenge. They didn't have bottled water in those days. They said, don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. You get fucking diarrhea. You get stomach cramps. We're in a much smaller world now. People take that for granted. But little things like that, these little parasites, they get inside you. They'll fuck up your whole life. So, Virgil might not be 100%. He might have a little bit off. I keep an eye on things like that because, like I said, I did that for a living. I did that for 30 years. I dieted people. I made sure they were healthy for competition. So, I'm just not seeing 100% in Virgil Ortiz. And I like Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is a monster. I mean, this is a body shot specialist. The fight that I've been waiting to see for years is Jaron Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. I said that 5 years. This is a collision. This fight's on a collision course. But I see, Virgil's had a lot of compromises in his career. And I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope he's all right. But he just didn't look 100% to me.
Yeah. So are you picking Madrimov? Are you going with Madrimov to win the fight?
That's a close fight. I could be wrong, man.
Well, I'm gonna pick.
But I will pick. I'll pick Virgil Ortiz winning the decision using his boxing skills like he did with Boachuk.
Well, respect to that. I thought he actually lost that Boachuk fight, Bruce, and that's why I'm actually gonna pick. I'm sorry, Bruce. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody got some background noise. I can't hear too good.
I can hear
That's me.
something.
My bad. I'm gonna go on mute.
There we go.
So, yeah, I got Madrimov winning this fight. I thought Virgil lost that Boachuk fight. His stock didn't drop too much in my eyes because I was still very much entertained, but still, I thought he lost. There's 2 knockdowns. I thought at worst it could have been a draw if you saw it 7-5 for Virgil, but no way you gave him 8 rounds in that fight. So I thought he lost that fight, and then that's once he's fought in the past 3 years, and this is a weight class that Madrimov is more used to. So I'm going with Madrimov to win this fight. I could see Virgil also winning. He himself is a good fighter. He could win using his volume, or he has a shotgun power jab. He could knock out Madrimov. I don't know. It should be a fun fight, but I'm going with Madrimov to win this fight.
I tell you know what I like about this card, man? Every fight's a 50-50. We're not getting any fights. Oh yeah, he's not except for the Shakur
Yeah,
fight.
all these fights, all these fights, each of these fighters have attributes that you just can't ignore.
When do you ever see a card like that, man? I mean, people say the Sheik this, the Sheik that, man. The Sheik is fucking saving boxing on a lifeline till the Sheik jumped in the game. Fucking hail that fucking Turkey Al Sheik, man. He's saving this game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Virgil fight. I didn't like what I saw from Virgil in his last fight. He in my opinion, he lost that fight as well. I don't think he won that fight against Virgil. But the thing is with Magnumov, a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there's film out on Magnumov now, but if you go back and look at that Bud Crawford fight, he did a lot of things that people were surprised that they didn't think that he would be able to do against Bud. And I think when you look at Virgil, he's more so a tailor-made fighter for a guy like Magnumov, because Virgil don't have a lot of head movement. He doesn't have the best footwork, and he doesn't have great defense. With Magnumov, he had to worry about Bud Crawford coming back with the counter punch, because Bud Crawford was fighting in the southpaw, and then he would fight in orthodox at certain times. So he had to worry about the firepower coming back. But when you saw him get Bud on the ropes, he was throwing great combinations. And he one thing that I did notice, he attacked Bud's body a lot. He went at Bud's body a lot. And I think that's going to be the key in this fight, is him going to the body with Virgil. If he goes to Virgil body early, I think Virgil going to have problems in the later rounds.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that he was an amateur star. He's had over 300 amateur fights. Even though he's only got a dozen professional fights, this man has got a lot of depth. He's a boxer. He's a puncher. He could show Virgil things that Virgil's never seen before. This is not going to be a cakewalk for Virgil Ortiz by any means.
No, I agree. I think Virgil
I think
definitely got his
Madrimov
work
gonna
out.
win. I think he's gonna win.
Well, it's great. With no more argument after tomorrow, that's for damn sure.
That's for dang certain. I think that if you said what you said about his weight and his physical being, then that's going to be a problem for him, because then he won't have what he needs to be able to endure, especially into the later rounds. And him battling that rhabdo, you never know if that might be rearing its ugly head too. That being said, if all people go in there healthy, I'm thinking that fight with Boychuk was a great barometer for him to see where he stands. I thought in that fight, even with the exception of the one knockdown, I thought that he won the round that he got knocked down in because I thought he did more effective work in that round after the knockdown. I thought he dominated it, and I thought that he closed each round more efficiently and more effectively to take those rounds. So I didn't have a problem with him in that fight. I think that if he's together healthy and that if he is able to go into that ring and perform, I think it should be a stellar fight, and I think it's one that he'll end up winning either by decision or late stoppage. Myself, that's just how I feel, though.
My bad.
I'll tell you
How
brothers
y'all
right
how y'all
now,
feel
man.
about the?
Y'all sleep.
Oh,
Y'all
there you
sleep.
go.
Y'all
There you
sleeping
go. I
on
was
King
waiting.
Virgil. Y'all sleeping on King Virgil, man. You can say what you want. He came back, fought Boychuk, tough guy, fighting Madrimov, another tough guy. And just think, he called out Boots Ennis, and Boots Ennis ran back to Philly. So we got to put some respect on Virgil's name, man. He comes to fight every night, man. I like Virgil, man.
Let me check the odds out, right? Let's go to Vegas. Let's check the odds. Okay.
Let's check the odds.
Virgil is an underdog, I think.
No, Virgil's a favorite. He's but it's close.
Virgil's the favorite.
Virgil's a favorite to minus 125 with one book. He's a minus 120 and a minus 130. And Madrimov's plus 100, a plus 110, and a plus 110. A draw.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
Draw plus 100. Yeah, Virgil's a favorite, but it's razor thin, man. It's fucking it's like 20 cents to $1 thin.
That's basically even.
That's pretty much all these fights are pick 'em, man. This is the best fucking card of the year. Not because of the fucking quality of the fighters, just because of the parity of the fighters. They're all fucking 50-50 fights. Everybody's gonna be on the seat of their pants, and nobody's gonna be surprised. Anything can happen in this fucking card. When do you see cards like that, man? You know, I mean, PBC are putting on some good cards, but we know who the A side and the B side is. This shit is like wide open. Every fight we're talking about, we're arguing about it, man.
I can't wait to see that Hamza Shiraz fight because he's gonna put Carlos Adames to sleep. I think that might be the fight that when you talk about the biggest margin in terms of skill and talent, I think he's gonna put Carlos Adames to sleep.
That could be
that really opens up the middleweight division for those for that Janibek fight or the Lara fight. I wouldn't mind seeing the old man get the opportunity.
That fight could be a Hagler Hearns. Have you seen the way that fucking what's his name there? The tall no, not Adonis. The guy
Lara.
Mm-hmm. The dude that Adonis is fighting, man. What the hell's his name?
Hamza Shiraz.
Shiraz, yeah, he looks like Thomas Hearns, bro. He's like 6'4".
I compared him to Carlos Monzon.
That's not a bad comparison either. I mean, that could be a shootout right there. A real short fucking, like I said, a Hagler Hearns kind of a fucking fight. So, man, I'll tell you, I'm going to need a big line of crank to get me fucking going tomorrow morning.
I compare him to Monzon because he beats you to death slowly into his pace.
There's been a lot of bad blood between them, though. Have you been listening to Adames? He's telling him he's going to beat that out of him, and it's going to be easy. He doesn't belong with him. He doesn't deserve a title shot. So there's a lot of heated words, man. Yeah. Once again, the hair on the back of my neck is beginning to stand up. I'm getting excited about this whole fucking card. I might have to take a couple of volumes to sleep tonight.
Pharmacy Bruce back at it again.
No, I'm only kidding. I know I don't touch any of that shit. I haven't touched it in years. In fact, I was talking to my wife about it because she quit drinking about 3 years ago, and she's proud and everything about it. I quit about 20 years ago, and I don't even remember the date or anything. I just know it was back in the early 2000s. So, we just kind of. Some people, some people have those anniversaries, and me, I just stay off everything except the herb.
God bless you, Bruce.
Trying. D-free vaping up there, man.
Yeah.
got a vape over here. I got a vape too, but I prefer the flower. See, I went out today. I had to go pay my taxes today, man. Oh, broke my heart. All my money went to the fucking tax man. But I had my vape with me, and I was good and stoned when I gave it to him. So at least
I
that was
prefer
good.
the edible.
Oh,
But
I
at
got
least
those.
at least your tax dollars ain't going to all kinds of weird stuff. Thank your supreme leader Trump.
Mine is bullshit. I can't even get in to pick up stuff that I put out there for trash pickup. You know, like refrigerators and big stuff. They didn't want to hear it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't think they handle that, Bruce.
Yeah, taxes. You don't even want to pick up my fucking shit.
I don't think they handle that, Bruce.
It's all cheap.
Hey,
You gotta carry that yourself.
on this note, on that note, let me ask you guys one question before we get out of here, man. What is everybody's top 5 pound for pound list right now? Anybody can start. Your top 5 fighters right now in the game.
I'll go first. My top 5 pound for pound. Number and hold on. Hear me?
Shoot to my
I
brother
think y'all can
Piro.
hear me, but
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Bad. Yeah, I was saying my number 1 pound for pound. I gotta have Usyk. The man traveled from cruiserweight all the way to heavyweight. Fought Tyson Fury. I mean, the cruiserweight limit I think was 199. Tyson Fury weighed in at 280 for their first fight. So that's 80 pounds of weight traveled against an extremely skilled boxer. That's not even mentioning what he did with Anthony Joshua. And he went to all these dudes' backyards. That's the thing. Like, most of these guys are that we talk about on this pound for pound list are A sides. Usyk, he might have been a side in terms of money, but he had to go to he had to go beat these dudes in their backyards. So that's a huge feather in his cap. Number 2, I gotta go with my man Monster. 3, well, I got Bud, obviously. 4 is well, I got it 4. I'm gonna say Beterbiev. I got better beef. And 5. I'm gonna say Junto Nakatani. I got Nakatani at 5. That's my list.
What you got, Bruce?
Pretty close.
I got
Dan. Usyk,
I got
Inouye,
Great.
Crawford, Beterbiev, Bivol, kind of the same. I kind of like pound for pound after they retire because pound for pound is once again it's just not one of my strong points. Go ahead, D.
I got you.
No, I got Arthur. I got Bud. I got Tank. I got Bam Rodriguez, and I got my boy Abdullah Mason rounding off the top 5.
Mason, pound for pound already? Wow. That's why I don't fuck with
that's a reach. I'll give you mine. Number 1, I got Canelo. Number 2, I would say Buntry, Bud Crawford. Number 3 for me would be Usyk because he came from cruiserweight. Number 4 for me would be my guy Inouye, Monster Inouye, Inouye. And number 5 for me would be somebody people probably wouldn't expect, and that would be what's the guy's name? I just lost his name, man. Shoot. Oh, Janibek. My bad, Janibek.
Damn, I don't think anybody's coming in that top 10.
Wait.
Hey, I like Janibek, bro.
Where you at, Janibek?
Number 5.
You know what? Hey, that's your opinion. I just heard
He
Abdullah
got 2
Mason at number.
belts.
I just heard Abdullah Mason at number 5. I can't even act like your list is that crazy.
What I tell you yesterday about them daggone belts? What I tell you yesterday about them daggone belts? Certain guys get opportunities that other guys don't get. I don't care about none of them daggone accolades. Yeah, that's good and all, but that doesn't matter to me. If you never fought that guy, I don't care nothing about your accolades. You never fought at that weight class, I don't care nothing about your accolades. You talking about skills. If you want to say who got more belts than the other one, then y'all go ahead and have at it. We're going to say who got the most belts. Okay, I'm going to put Carissa Shields up here. Then we can go ahead and go in line after that.
Well, free. Didn't Abdullah... I'm sorry.
He got dropped by a cab driver, man.
I tried that.
He got dropped by.
Bro, I'm sorry. I literally just imagined BBO saying that. Yeah, he almost got beat to death by a cab driver.
You said who got dropped by a cab driver?
Abdullah Mason.
Mason.
Did Abdullah Mason stop this man in the second round?
But he's a cab driver.
Did he stop him in the second round?
Who is
Did
he?
he stop him in the second round?
Did Ryan stop Luke Campbell? That's what that's like saying. What?
Did Ryan stop Luke Campbell? Yes, he did stop Luke Campbell. And Ryan got credit for stopping Luke Campbell.
Nah, he got criticized. Criticized.
No, he didn't. He didn't get criticized for stopping Luke Campbell.
Well, that's not how I remember
Maybe you
that.
did. Maybe you criticized him.
Hey, Free, they talked about Ryan like a dog for getting dropped by Luke Campbell. You might not have, but a lot of people talked about him like a dog. Ryan, they talked about him like a dog for getting dropped by Luke Campbell.
They talked about him getting dropped by Luke Campbell because Luke Campbell wasn't considered a big puncher.
Think about how people did Devin for all those years.
The dude that dropped Abdullah Mason had 25 wins and 21 of them was by knockout.
Think about Devin get wobbled by Jorge Linares, who put Loma on the
I didn't say nothing about. I didn't say nothing about Devin.
No,
I didn't say
I'm
nothing
just
about
making. No. Okay, I didn't say you said anything about Devin.
Okay,
I'm
then
saying,
don't bring Devin up. I didn't say nothing about Devin.
Okay, fine.
You asked me, did this man almost get stopped? And I said, no, he stopped that man in the second round. I saw 2 flash knockdowns, and I seen this man get up and stop that man in the second round. Not to mention, after the first knockdown, he got up and caught him with a nice uppercut and dropped him. Hurt him way worse than he got hurt.
And got put right back down.
But all I said is, hey, put Inoue against Abdullah Mason. Let's see who wins.
Of course, you got to bring up a bantamweight
No, y'all
guy.
talking about y'all want
to
Inoue
fight
to
him.
go against. Y'all want Inoue to fight against daggone Tank. I believe
I don't
Abdullah
say
Mason
that.
and Tank is
You
in the same
say
division.
that.
I believe
Y'all
Abdullah
say
Mason
that.
and Tank is in the same division. But you want
Who
Inoue
said- hold
to
on,
fight.
hold on.
No,
Who
you
said-
said
who
it
said they
before.
want
You
Tank
said
to
it
fight
before.
Inoue?
You
Who said that?
it before. You said it
You're a
before.
liar.
You have, so I got to go back and pull up the archive and prove it again?
Pull it up. I'll send you $100 if you can find me
I'm gonna go
I
dig the
want Tank to
archives up
fight
and prove
Monster
it again. Because I remember it was shortly after he beat Cool Boy. You were like, let's see it. He will stop.
You're a
Tank
liar.
Davis.
I
He
was
will
on.
stop
No, I
Tank
was on.
Davis. Tank Davis ain't
You're
ready
a
for it.
liar. You're a liar. Oh my God!
You know
I'll
exactly
pay
what
you
I'm talking about.
$100 if you find it. Because
You know
I've
exactly what I'm
always
talking
said
about.
this is the dumbest fight ever. Go find it, Frilio. You're a liar.
Oh,
But
my
respectfully,
goodness.
I just don't think Abdullah Mason is number 5. But I respect your opinion, Frilio. I do.
Yeah, I mean,
I respect it.
Dun, 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 dun. getting hot in
Well,
here.
Crush, go ahead with your pound for pound list. Let's go. Let's scrutinize you.
I really don't have one right now, bruh. I really don't. The last time I did one was months ago. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember that because that's how disgusting it kind of been for me somewhat with boxing. So I gotta rethink everything. But if I can go off top right now, just throw some names up there. They more so would be not nominated, but nominated for that right now in the sport. You talking about in the sport?
Yeah, your top 5 pound for pound. Period.
No,
Sport.
badminton. Your top fucking pound for pound.
I mean, 'cause we talking about pound for pound all the time, then that's a whole different story. You know what I mean? But you talk about now with this generation of fighters. That's why I had to ask. I got to make sure. God darn it.
Yes. Now this generation, golly, old man.
Yeah,
that's funny, man.
Old
Oh
school.
boy.
Respect the old schoolness in the old man.
I'm smoking some kick-ass stuff, man. I got no inhibitions whatsoever, so forgive anything I say. It's not
That brother said I got no inhibitions whatsoever.
coming out of me, man.
We having fun. We having fun. Make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Y'all get some pure entertainment and boxing knowledge up here with these great men. Right now, in no particular order, for me right now, Usyk, Terrence Crawford, I would say Benavidez.
If you say Beterbiev, it might change tomorrow, so you can't really use him in a lot of confidence. It could be him or Bivol. Whoever wins tomorrow gets that spot, right?
For sure.
Right. And well, I'll pick them both from there right now. 4 and 5, and then figure that out. That's the 5 I'll go with right now, in my opinion. All right. Don't be shocked if I didn't say names y'all thought I wasn't going to say. You just don't know me that damn well.
I definitely thought you were gonna say somebody else. So salute the
Yeah,
Crush.
see, that's what you get for messing with you. Hey. Listen, I'll be looking back at what you already going to do before it get there, bro. I ain't got these grays on my chin for nothing, homie. We like the abs at the top of the temple. We don't do much but, just look at everything and, that's what it is. But yeah. Those names, I think, honestly deserve it, in my opinion, Right now, rightfully, right now in this
That ain't a bad. Those ain't bad choices at all. Those ain't bad choices at all. But you know what I gotta say, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. We doing some good things. I appreciate my man Bruce coming through, because if you haven't been over to Bruce Boxing Jazz and More, this dude got a great trivia show, man. If you like the cannabis, boxing, jazz, he's got it all, man. Health,
everything.
He talk about everything but shrooms, man. So shout out to Bruce, man. I'm waiting on him to have a mushroom game. That used to be my favorite when I was a young mushroom.
Bro. And plus, I've been broadcasting this to my channel, so we get about 20 viewers over there watching. I appreciate everybody over there on my channel, man. This is my brother BVO and what do you call your new outfit now?
We're the Sports Talk Network.
Sports Talk Network.
Sports Talk Network. Everybody remember that. Sports Talk. That's going to be bigger than JBT and TWT. Sports Talk Network. That's the new kid on the block. Look out.
I appreciate that.
Definitely appreciate that.
We got to get together, get on another music collabo, and I want to do funk before we do another jazz joint. So whenever you're ready,
Little George Duke.
We gonna funk him out, bro. We gonna
Little
funk
George
him out.
Duke with Billy Cobham, fucking Stanley Clark on the bass. Shit, you're gonna make me go listen to some music now, Crush. I'm telling you, bro. Once I get that jazz in me, jazz and boxing, man, I tell you,
Yeah,
fucking
hell yeah.
blows my life, bro. It makes me do
Bruce
crazy
guys,
things.
Bruce guys, let me ask you a question before we get up out of here. Who's your favorite jazz artist?
Miles Davis.
Okay.
I don't even have to think about that one, D.
Yeah, he was great, man. You know, one of my favorite albums by him is The Bitches Brew. I love that.
Oh my God, that's a classic of all crickety classics, baby.
Oh man, you should see Miles with boxing. He's got an album called Jack Johnson. Will blow your mind.
Oh, he does? Wow, I didn't know that. I gotta check that out.
There's a tune on that called Archie Moore. There's a tune on that called Jimmy McLaren. I mean, it's an amazing. Miles and boxing go hand in hand, and his fucking music, man. His music will take you to places that the finest reefer can't take you to.
Yeah, man. I love that jazz, man.
Me too,
you
bro.
Know, I love that Max Roach. I love
Max
all
Roach.
that, man. Love all that.
Fastest drummer. Nobody got nothing on Max Roach, man. That guy make your eyes pop out of your head. He's so fast.
Yeah. He's one of my inspirations when I was growing up playing drums, man. He's one of my inspirations out of
Art Blakey, Max Roach, Billy Joe Jones,
Willie Nelson. Oh man.
Willie Nelson, man. How come people tell me I'm the Willie Nelson of YouTube? I can't understand that one at all.
No, I would say you more like my man Cheech from Cheech and Chong, man. What'd he say? It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Hey, Mom, what you got there, a bong? Who's there, Dave? No, man, Dave's not here. Oh, well then, I gotta find Dave. No, Dave, he's not here. Anyway, BVO, my brothers, and everybody.
I gotta say this before we go. My favorite scene of all time, I can't remember if that was Cheech or if that was Chong, when they gave Ronaldo Ray all that dope. He said, "How much for the shit? $5, man. It's good stuff."
Hey, with that being said, y'all, we really appreciate everybody that tuned in. You know, our normal suspects, our usual suspects and supporters, and everyone that came through from over Brother Bruce Gas channel. We appreciate y'all. Come through again, and we will see y'all very soon. Look out. We got some dynamite things coming to y'all. And as Bruce Gas said, it is what it is, and we coming. We gonna bring some different things. So look out, y'all, before you get bum rushed. It ain't the Wild Wild West, but it's Sports Talk Network right here on BVO TV with Bruce Gas, myself, the Master Ceremony, D3, the Master Debater, and this guy over here. I got so many nicknames for him, but I'ma just call him that boy from, you know where he's from, BVO, Prince. Very own, and we are out of here, everybody. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching BVO. And if you're down with BVO, subscribe and join the community. Have a great night.